Here's your wrestling news for February 19th, 2026. Your headlines for today include WWE's plans for AJ Styles' celebration on Raw revealed, AJ Styles spotted at WWE Performance Center ahead of Raw celebration, fans spot major pattern in Masked Attacker storyline, identity of Logan Paul's mystery attacker exposed, WWE announcers first ever Italy PLE for May 2026, real reason behind Roxanne Perez's WWE absence revealed, Raquel Rodriguez breaks silence on Liv Morgan elimination, Tony Khan addresses AEW stars jumping to WWE, longtime WWE talent passes away, Triple H pays tribute, Javon Evans responds loud and clear, former WWE star suffers frightening heart scare, and more. AJ Styles' return to WWE RAW suddenly feels much bigger than a standard appearance. The February 23rd episode of RAW will emanate from Atlanta, Georgia, a city closely tied to Styles' legacy. After being retired by GUNTHER at the 2026 Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, many believed that was the closing chapter of his in-ring career. But now WWE has officially advertised Styles for next week's show, and the scale of the segment is starting to come into focus. According to Bryan Alvarez of F4W Online, this isn't just a routine cameo. SmackDown talent being flown to Raw this week for the AJ celebration. That detail changes everything. If SmackDown stars are being brought in specifically for this segment, it strongly suggests WWE is planning a full-scale tribute rather than a simple promo. Atlanta is essentially home turf for Styles, dating back to his time dominating the independent scene and his lengthy run in TNA before arriving in WWE. A celebration in that city carries symbolic weight. Of course, this is WWE, and celebrations rarely go uninterrupted. Adding to the intrigue, PW Insider reported that Styles was present at the WWE Performance Center on February 18th. Is this truly a heartfelt send-off for one of the most decorated champions of his era, or is WWE setting the stage for a shocking twist, perhaps involving GUNTHER once again? With cross-brand talent being flown in and Atlanta serving as the backdrop, this feels like a segment WWE wants to make memorable. The Masked Attacker targeting the Vision has left a clear trail, but one name is noticeably missing. So far, every member of the faction has been taken out in some way. Bron Breakker was blindsided at the Royal Rumble, Austin Theory had his qualifying match ruined last week, Logan Paul was laid out on Raw with a brutal curb stomp, but Bronson Reed hasn't been touched. That detail stands out. When a mystery figure systematically targets a group and skips one member, it usually isn't random. It raises questions about motive. Is Reed being saved for something bigger? Is there a hidden connection? Or is he simply next in line? With Reed set to compete in a qualifying match next Monday, the timing feels important. If the Masked Man strikes again, it would confirm the pattern isn't finished yet. Now the focus shifts to whether Reed is intentionally being avoided or whether he's about to become the next victim. That said, fans are convinced that Grayson Waller is hiding behind the mask after taking a closer look at the mystery man in a new image that's circulating online. Corey Hayes of Body Slam confirmed the wild speculation by sharing the Australian star's GIF on X. Either way, WWE now faces the bigger challenge, delivering an ending that feels earned. The unmasking has to match the intrigue they've built. A predictable reveal risks deflating the angle, while a shocking twist could elevate it significantly. So what do you think? Is Grayson Waller really the man behind the mask, or is WWE setting fans up for something completely different? WWE's global expansion just added another historic stop. For the first time ever, WWE is officially bringing a premium live event to Italy. After months of speculation about a 2026 international date, Triple H confirmed the news himself, making it clear this is no longer just a report, it's locked in. The event will be called Clash in Italy and is scheduled for Sunday, May 31st, 2026 at the Inalpi Arena in Turin, Italy. That marks the first ever WWE PLE on Italian soil, a significant milestone for the company's ongoing European growth strategy. In announcing the news, Triple H wrote, "For the first time ever, a WWE PLE will take place in Italy. It's all part of a massive European tour from May to June. Italy, are you ready?" The date aligns with earlier reports suggesting WWE was targeting late May 2026 for a major international event following WrestleMania season. Now that it's official, Italy joins the expanding list of global markets hosting marquee WWE premium live events alongside cities across the UK, France, Germany, and beyond in recent years. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Roxanne Perez has finally addressed her sudden absence from WWE television, and the reason is medical. Taking to TikTok, Perez revealed that she recently underwent surgery to remove a benign mass in her back that had been causing her pain for months. She explained that the issue had been lingering for some time, but the discomfort eventually reached a point where surgery became necessary.
For about a week now, I recently underwent a surgery to remove a benign mass that was in my back that was causing me a lot of pain for a couple of months, but I just didn't want to have time off. I honestly love what I do so much. It's been a dream of mine to become a WWE superstar since I was 10 years old. But our health is very important, so we need to put that first. My recovery is going well. I don't have too much pain anymore. It kind of comes and goes. I'm gonna be back in the ring in no time, pop roxing everybody's ass. For now, I am just chilling at home with my boyfriend and my dog that just walked out of my room now. Anyone that has a dog will understand what I mean when I say that my dog is literally my child. Also, for those of you who don't know, my boyfriend is also a WWE superstar under the name Drake Mero. He wrestles on Evolve and was also a part of LFG Season 1 and Season 2. His coach was the legendary Undertaker, so you know he learned a thing or two. He is also the best cook that I have ever met in my life. Yes,
There currently is no timetable for her return, and how do you think she fits back into the Judgment Day dynamic once she's cleared? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. During this year's Women's Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan stunned viewers when she eliminated her own teammate just moments after Raquel had helped dump Rhea Ripley out of the match. The sequence immediately sparked speculation about tension inside the group, especially concerning Raquel and Liv's history as tag partners. Appearing on TMZ's Inside the Ring, Raquel Rodriguez was asked directly whether she and Liv Morgan had truly moved past the elimination. Staying firmly in character, she addressed it head-on. "We're past that. You know, it is every woman for themselves in the Royal Rumble. I mean, she saw an opportunity and she took it. Maybe I got a little overzealous about Tejana bombing Rhea out of the Royal Rumble. That was so much fun. I was so excited, and she did step on my thunder a little bit when she eliminated me. I think that's where the initial shock came from, because I was like, whoa, like this was a win for both of us." Despite acknowledging the surprise in the moment, Rodriguez made it clear she isn't holding on to resentment. "But overall, yeah, I've kind of pushed past that, moving on, and we're looking at bigger and better things, which is Elimination Chamber. That's where my sights are set right now. I can't really hold anything against her, and especially again, the Royal Rumble, it's every woman for themselves, so she was doing what she was doing." It's important to note that her response should be viewed through a storyline lens. The interview was conducted in character, and the situation itself was clearly part of WWE's creative direction. Public denials like this often serve to buy time before a larger storyline beat unfolds. Given the way the elimination was framed on television and how heavily it was highlighted, it wouldn't be surprising if WWE is laying groundwork for a future split or betrayal angle down the line. For now, Rodriguez is publicly brushing it off, but in WWE, moments like that rarely disappear without consequences. MJF is once again sitting at the top of AEW, and the conversation about his long-term future has resurfaced, only this time there's no mystery attached. After reclaiming the men's AEW World Championship at World's End 2025, MJF cemented his status as the face of the company. For years, he had been heavily linked to WWE, with many insiders and fans viewing him as a natural fit for the sports entertainment giant. That speculation even turned into storyline fuel inside AEW, as the so-called bidding war of 2024 became a central talking point in his character work. However, that angle quietly came to an end when it was revealed that MJF had signed a new long-term contract with AEW, shutting down immediate WWE rumors and reaffirming his commitments to the company. Now, AEW President Tony Khan has publicly addressed how it feels to see one of his biggest stars constantly linked to WWE. Speaking to TalkSport, Khan didn't shy away from the subject. Instead, he made it clear that he sees it as validation for AEW's direction. "It makes me feel incredible. I feel really great about what we're doing at AEW right now, and I think wrestlers around the world want to be here. AEW is where the best wrestle. We're seeing women and men across pro wrestling show that this is where so many of the greater stars have chosen to be, and to stay for a reason. This is where we're wrestling at the highest level. We're putting on tremendous shows, and with this lineup of wrestlers and the big events we have set to come, people want to be here and the fans are tuning in. For AEW, keeping MJF wasn't just about retaining a champion, it was about winning a perception battle. The bidding war narrative blurred the lines between storyline and reality, but the contract extension sent a clear message: AEW can secure and build around its own homegrown megastars. At the same time, the WWE speculation likely won't disappear entirely. As long as MJF remains one of the most charismatic and marketable talents in wrestling, his name will continue to surface in crossover conversations. WWE has lost one of the most influential figures behind the scenes of its television product. Kerwin Silfies, the longtime director responsible for shaping the look and feel of WWE programming for decades, has passed away at the age of 75. According to PW Insider, Silfies had been privately dealing with health issues and died last night. In recent years, he had been residing in Florida. Silfies began his tenure with WWE in 1985 during the WWF era and remained a central figure in production for nearly 4 decades. Through multiple eras, the rock and wrestling boom to the Attitude Era and into WWE's modern global expansion, he directed the vast majority of the company's weekly television shows and major specials. His run extended into the 2020s before he was furloughed during the COVID-19 pandemic. He did not return to the company afterward. From the explosion of popularity in the 1980s to WWE's international stadium events, Silfies was behind the camera for some of the most iconic broadcasts in wrestling history. He directed episodes of Saturday Night's Main Event during its network television heyday, multiple WrestleMania events, and major international productions, including WWE's first large-scale shows in Saudi Arabia. Several hours after the news became public, Triple H acknowledged Silfies' decades-long impact on WWE television and pay-per-view production, as well as the personal mark he left within the company. While performers stood in the ring and delivered these moments fans deliver, Silfies was the one deciding how those moments were seen. The camera cuts, the pacing, the dramatic reveals, and the visual storytelling that defined WWE's presentation for generations. Javon Evans may not have said Kevin Nash's name, but the message felt loud and clear. The situation stems from recent comments made by Kevin Nash, who faced backlash after referring to Evans as Mr. Bojangles and saying he wished the young WWE star had a little bit more urban edge. The remarks quickly drew criticism online. Nash later attempted to clarify his comments in a follow-up post, but that statement was eventually deleted. Now Evans appears to have responded without ever directly engaging. On February 18th, Javon Evans posted a photo of himself standing on the ropes inside a WWE ring positioned directly beneath the WrestleMania Las Vegas sign. The caption read, "Just want to apologize real quick. I'm sorry for being the best in the game right now. Elimination Chamber about to... Y'all finish the rest. Javon Evans, the young OG." On the surface, it reads like confidence, but the detail that caught fans' attention was the audio choice. The music he used for the post was the one used by the NWO Wolfpack theme, a move many interpreted as intentional. Using Nash's own entrance music while delivering a mock apology immediately fueled speculation that this was a subtle clapback. No direct mention, no names, just symbolism. Whether it was a calculated response or simply Evans leaning into the moment, the timing raised eyebrows, especially with Elimination Chamber approaching and Evans continuing to build momentum as one of WWE's rising names. As for Nash, his clarification post disappearing only added another layer to the situation. So what do you think? Was Javon Evans sending a message without saying a word, or are fans reading too much into this? Sound off in the comments. Former WWE Intercontinental Champion Marc Mero has shared a deeply personal health update, and thankfully it comes with good news. During a routine follow-up connected to the heart valve he had replaced in 2016 at the Cleveland Clinic, doctors initially feared his aorta appeared enlarged. That possibility raised the alarming prospect of another open-heart surgery, something Mero admitted weighed heavily on him. A CT scan was ordered to get a clearer look, and for weeks, he quietly lived with the uncertainty, telling only his wife and a few close family members. At 65, the thought of going back into surgery, especially with a long-awaited honeymoon approaching, was understandably overwhelming. But at his follow-up appointment, doctors confirmed his valve is functioning well and his aorta does not require repair. For Mero, this wasn't just a medical update, it was a life reminder that some of the biggest victories happen outside of the ring. And finally, AEW's signature event is officially heading to New York City. According to the New York Post, Double or Nothing will take place on May 24th at Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. The 14,000-plus seat venue sits inside the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center and marks the first time an AEW pay-per-view will be held within New York's 5 boroughs. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.